Before we continue with this video, I want to show you a quick tip. So, man, because we're going to have full coverage here on Shorts, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram of the Confederação Brasileira de Futebol award ceremony for the Brazilian Championship with Flamengo as the champion. So, we're going to bring everything here for you, the full coverage, but in this video, the party is happening right now, and we're going to show it here. Samir Schaut, Confederação Brasileira de Futebol president, arrives to discuss changes in Brazilian football.
Look, for 6 months of management, I believe it's a very positive assessment. We addressed structural issues in Brazilian football that hadn't changed in decades. And I'm very happy with the work that's being done by the whole team. It's not just me. It's not just the president, but the whole Confederação Brasileira de Futebol team, all the directors who are committed along with me to improving and changing Brazilian soccer. So I see these 6 months in a positive light, and I believe that most of the Brazilian population must be seeing it that way too.
Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo, Otto's dad, Otto Level. We're here. Another video brought to you by our sponsors. Man, I want to say the following. I'm impressed with what the PIX Do Milhão Benefits Club is offering you guys, man. It's special. It's the PIX Do Milhão da Virada. You buy points to exchange for products and experiences. There are many. And what about you? In addition to being part of the Benefits Club, you also get the right to participate in prize draws. Man, it's impressive. And now the Benefits Club with prizes every week and all that. Now you can win up to 100,000 in instant prizes instead of 20 with scratch and win. Winnings go straight to your account. Besides that, you have 3 prizes of 1 million on New Year's Eve, December 31st, and 1 prize on the 2nd of 2 million. That's 5 million. For a very affordable price, you buy your points in the Benefits Club and get the chance to participate in many cash prize draws. Okay, it's fully legalized by SUSEP. There's nothing shady about it, nothing at all. Many people think everything in life is like that. No, man, everything is legit, so you can take advantage of it, but it's really hard. Everything is expensive. It's a Benefits Club where you exchange for products and experiences and still do well, right? Can you? We're also here to remind you that you can still secure your spot at the Intercontinental Cup with Haroldo's Caravan. Haroldo's Caravan is amazing. You can call them right now at Haroldo's Caravan. To take part in at least the semifinal or the final, Flamengo has to make it, right? They have to get past Cruz Azul. I will bring a lot of information here, but honestly, I remind you that if Flamengo advances, it's a chance. Man, that's not always the case, right? Flamengo has won a lot of Libertadores recently, okay? But with the team they have now, the way things are, the way they're in sync, and actually they're saying that Paris Saint-Germain might go with a mixed team so it doesn't mess up their season over there and all that. They don't value it much, right? The Intercontinental World Cup, whatever you want to call it. For us, it's always been, always will be a world championship. All the Brazilian teams that are world champions won the Intercontinental, the Toyota Cup, right? Which was also Intercontinental. So, yeah, if they don't value it, if they want to play with a mixed team, that's their problem. Flamengo is going to give it everything. Flamengo wants to be world champion. And I have no doubt that this is your chance to make your mark. It's there in the description and in the pinned comment. WhatsApp has the land package and also the full package. For those of you who want to book the final, ask Harold to give you the price with a refund in the caravan. In case Flamengo doesn't make it, right? Traveling on the 14th, but if Flamengo doesn't make it, you can work something out. But I believe Flamengo will make it. They'll get past Cruz Azul, right? And then they'll get past Pyramids. Now, let me say this, right? We have our other sponsors too. In the pinned comment and also in the description, I'll remind you, Zanotto, that if Flamengo gets past Cruz Azul and gets past Pyramids, it's Paris Saint-Germain next. It's not unbeatable. We know it's very difficult, but it's not unbeatable. We saw it at the Club World Cup. So Paris Saint-Germain lost to Botafogo, who lost to Flamengo this season, got beaten 3-0 by Flamengo this season, lost 3-0 to Chelsea, who lost to Flamengo 3-1, and got embarrassed. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. It's hard, yes, but anything is possible, and we have it too. It's a situation to talk about. The Cruz Azul fans are outraged, complaining that they only arrived today. Cruz Azul arrived today, and they're still going to train today. And the fans there are upset because they think Flamengo had an advantage, but Pachuca also had an advantage against Botafogo. That's soccer, friends. Flamengo chased after it, managed to become champions ahead of time, and secured a chance to arrive earlier. And the Cruz Azul fans are really upset. That's their problem. Many are upset with Flamengo against everyone, okay? Just to mention here that Arrascaeta has become the foreign player with the most awards in the history of entertainment and sports programming networks' silver ball, okay? Uruguay now has 1 golden ball and 5 silver balls, all right? So he was the winner of the golden ball, right? Arrascaeta deservedly awarded the golden ball. Man, he's the greatest of all, right? He's the greatest athlete in Brazilian football, the greatest player, the biggest star in Brazilian football. You have to put up with Jorge de Arrascaeta. So I'm here to bring you the information. About Pedro, right? He trained at the gym. We even posted it on our social media. There he is on the cover. Pedro training at the gym, right? Pedro he's already doing physical therapy and everything. So alongside the members of the medical department, Pedro did activities at the Al Ersal Training Center gym, right? The training center Croatia also used. So Pedro, the attempt is to have him available to play against Paris Saint-Germain in case Flamengo arrives, talking about keeping an eye on things, right? If Flamengo advances to the Intercontinental final, they'll face Paris Saint-Germain. That's already guaranteed. They'll go straight to the final. The French club will only decide which team to use after the match against Metz on Saturday for the French championship. Paris Saint-Germain. His concern is about the physical and medical conditions of key players like left back Nuno Mendes and forward Doué, right? Both are being cautiously evaluated. Right back Hakimi is already ruled out. Okay, so Hakimi is already ruled out for Paris Saint-Germain for the Intercontinental match. Even if he travels to Qatar with an almost complete squad, Coach Luis Enrique does not rule out fielding a mixed team in the final. Man, those guys are so arrogant, huh? They think that even with a mixed team, they can beat Flamengo easily, okay? I'm not going to say anything. After all, those guys really are strong, and you know, that's it. They think they can play with a mixed team and beat Flamengo. All right. It can happen. It can happen. Before thinking about Paris Saint-Germain, Flamengo will face, as I said, Cruz Azul and also Pyramid. If they get past them, the passionate fans commented, why, we're going to crush Paris Saint-Germain no matter what. We'll set. So be it. John the Baptist 123H. Of course, I think they're going to use a mixed lineup. It's not worth it for them. The winner gets only $5 million, which is a small prize. Could be. It could. Zanotto, subtitle, Adriana Zanotto, subtitle, Adriana Zanotto. Subtitle Adriana Zanotto, 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 subtitle Adriana, subtitle Adriana, subtitle Adriana Zanotto. Pedro Guilherme received the award for the most beautiful goal of the Brasileirão at the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network Silver Ball Awards. The goal in question happened in the 8th victory over Vitória. On that occasion, the number 9 performed an impressive elastico in the box to beat the defender and then chip the ball over the goalkeeper. So that amazing goal by Pedro, which won the award for the most beautiful goal of the Brasileirão, a Pedro's stunning goal with the elastico against Vitória. Congratulations to our big Pedro. That's P9. Just look at that. Defender Leo Pereira is being targeted by several clubs around the world. According to GE, the defender has received inquiries from Al Khalij in Saudi Arabia, Olympiacos from Greece, which we mentioned, Galatasaray from Turkey, and Fenerbahce, also from Turkey. So there are 2 Turkish teams, 1 Saudi and 1 Greek. Flamengo rejected offers from Porto and Sevilla mid-year, but both clubs remain interested in the defender. So there are 2 more, that makes 6. Leo Pereira's release clause for foreign clubs is 60 million euros or 380 million reais at current rates. Flamengo intends to play hardball. Flamengo doesn't want to let him go. Okay, they want to keep the Leo duo, right, guys? Just joking, only small teams. Luca from Fran Matos and Elisa Matos. And Elisa isn't going. Leo even put his hands together praying Leo is ours, right? Cle07 sent it in. Lucas Van 90 under 20 million euros. Nothing more to say, man. I agree, but Flamengo doesn't need to sell since they have plenty of money and will have $1 billion to spend on soccer. Sorry, just reminding you that it's $1 billion. Between payroll and signings, they're going to spend about 500, 600 million reais on signings. So, man, there's no reason for Flamengo to get rid of or sell players. Flamengo doesn't need to, man. Flamengo doesn't need to. I already mentioned it earlier. I'll repeat here that the referee has been decided for the game against Cruz Azul. Federación Internacional de Football Association has decided. The referee is the Swede Glenn Nyberg. So the Swedish referee Glenn Nyberg will be the referee for the match. Flamengo and Cruz Azul will be assisted by Mabot Begi and Andreas Sodervis. The video assistant referee will be operated by the Swiss Fede Santa, so it will be European referees who will officiate Flamengo and Cruz Azul. We're always bringing you a lot of information here, and now I have some important news to share regarding Matias, right? Because we mentioned earlier that he didn't want to leave, right? He wants to stay at Flamengo. It was also confirmed by Bruno Lemos and other journalists that Flamengo did not put Matias Vinha up for sale, okay? The information is that the fullback supposedly asked to leave. Yeah, that was reported on GE, but that's not true, okay? We found it's untrue and unconfirmed. On the contrary, Vinha wants to stay at the club and fight for his place at Flamengo in the 2026 season. And that's the root of it, like that. That's why I brought exclusive information to Placa, stating that as soon as Flamengo returns from the Intercontinental Club World Cup, Vinha's agent wants a meeting to understand what's going on, but not to discuss leaving. It's because Vinha wants to stay, but the agent, Vinha's agent, you know? There will be a meeting with Boto and company to talk about what's going on, to define the future and everything else, to understand a little, right, about the opportunities the player might have, but neither he nor Vinha have any intention of leaving Flamengo, okay? Just reminding you, man, that you're with us, the ones with the most hair all over Brazil. Get up to 60% off until year end. With this big discount, there's even more hair. There's always one near you. Hair treatment and healthy weight loss, man. It's at Mais Cabello. Take advantage. Point the QR code here and look. There's always one near you, anywhere in Brazil. Let's go too. I've already told you that each title, each intercontinental game today is worth a title. It's a really interesting competition, right? Is it? The opening game against Cruz Azul is called the Derby of the Americas, a clash between the current champions of the Libertadores and the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Okay, so what about Flamengo? Then if they advance, they face Pyramids from Egypt, right? In the Challenger Cup, the name given to the semifinal, there will also be a trophy and medals awarded to the winner. On Saturday the 13th, the final against Paris Saint-Germain is on the 17th when the Intercontinental title will be decided. All the games will take place at the same time. So 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Brazil, Yeah, we have it, right? Pyramids is already guaranteed. They played the quarterfinal and the semifinal in September, the Africa Asia Pacific Cup, right? They brought together the Egyptian team, African champion, with Awali, winner of the Asian Champions League, and Pyramids beat Awali 3-1. Okay, so it's not, it's a tough game. Okay, it's a tough game. So each match will be worth a title, and that's very important. Okay, yeah, so we always have a lot of information to bring to you. That's us, man. The thing about Flamengo having a billion to spend, like I told you, and Universal Online brought some important information, right? Flamengo is looking at a goalkeeper, a defender, and a striker, confirming what we already reported in the past few weeks. So some names that Universal Online confirmed are Gabriel Brazão to replace Matheus Cunha, who's leaving. He's the preferred choice, okay? Gabriel Brazão is Flamengo's top pick, but with staying in Serie A, the São Paulo club will be tougher in negotiations, which is 15 million euros for the 25-year-old goalkeeper. Pedro Morisco from Curitiba is also highly valued and on the radar because he moved up. He's 21 years old, moved up to Serie A, okay? So Flamengo is in doubt. They want either Gabriel Brazão or Pedro Morisco for the defense, right? That area is also a priority. The club thinks Danilo, Leo Pereira, and Leo Ortiz provide a good balance with their experience compared to others. That's why the idea is there's an imbalance. Sorry, right? The three of them are very close, making the competition balanced. But regarding the others in that position, the options from the youth academy and so on, they understand that the difference in quality is very significant. The plan is to sign another experienced center back to compete for a starting spot, giving Felipe more options. Luis, okay, so we've already talked about a goalkeeper, a center back to compete with Pedro, and replacements. So let's go. The attack has this situation because there are two fronts that need to be addressed. One is to bring in a player with more center forward characteristics to compete with Pedro, and the other is to replace the likely departures. Okay, so Michael and Juninho might be leaving Flamengo. Is there a possibility? They mention Everton Cebolinha, but I heard Flamengo will try to renew his contract. He wants more playing time. But I think he's doing really well and has everything it takes to be a starter at Flamengo, competing there with Samuel Lino. Yeah. Flamengo, he still hasn't received an official offer from abroad. Even though they say there's interest, he hasn't received one, and Flamengo expects to count on the player. He has a contract until the end of 2026 and could renew. Michael, according to Universal Online, is not in the plans anymore, and Juninho, depending on offers, could be negotiated. But Michael, according to Universal Online, is not in the plans, right? He was listed. He's there at the World Cup. Let's see what happens. But Flamengo will definitely sign wingers and a center forward to compete with Pedro. Center back, I think we need two center backs and a goalkeeper. There's an assessment that the team is well covered on the flanks. However, the left back Vinha hasn't been given opportunities. Yeah, and the club believes he could be included, according to Universal Online. But we brought the information that there will be a conversation and that the player himself wants to stay, right? So yeah, we know it's a possibility. It always is, right? It always is. The midfield could also be strengthened creatively. Negotiations depend on market opportunities and whether La Cruz or Allen leaves. Flamengo will replace him. If he leaves, Flamengo will replace him, okay? Jose Boto said the following: we've been thinking about next year for a while now. We have the things we want for the year well defined. They're not advanced because it wasn't the right time to move forward with that, but from now on, we'll start moving forward at the pace we want. The things we want, we hope the fans have confidence in us, especially in me and Felipe, so we can build an even stronger squad than we did this year. All right, so that's the interview with Jose Boto asking the fans to trust him and Felipe. I think it's time for the fans to give their vote of confidence, right? With Jose Boto and Felipe Luis, I want to remind you that Flamengo will have a game in the Intercontinental. And our tip is Flamengo to win the game. More than 1.5 total goals in the match, and I'll do even better. Flamengo to win the first half, Flamengo to win the second half, and more than 1.5 total goals in the game. You can also add more than 4.5 corners in the first half. Flamengo to win the first half, Flamengo to win the second half, over 1.5 total goals and over 4.5 first half corners. Remember to play responsibly. For most adults, it's entertainment, not an investment. This sort is really good, really good. Always making some bread. If you follow my lead on this one, remember, I've already won. Have you won yet? The link is always highlighted in the bio and in our Insta stories. We're in this together. A big hug, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification, and leave a cool like on the video. Share it in your groups. Give us that support, okay?